And bam, we're live. Yes. So I got to go back to Discord here and go boom. Oh, I didn't see any of that. Man, I got to catch back up on my Discord. Like there's like KDC wrote like a paragraph. Anywho, it is Monday. Yay. Love the thumbnail, vintage. Thank you. I had a picture. I took a picture I was going to use, but I didn't like how it came out. So I'm like, nah, we're just going to be dull today. Hey, how's it going? I take it you saw the dealie on Discord. I remembered. Oh, look, I'm live. You are now watching Mad TV. Anyway. Yeah, so, anyway. So I had a picture. I imported it into Canva because I have the template for the Monday live streams in Canva. And I just didn't like it. It didn't look right. I mean, I looked really stupid skinny in it, but my facial features looked more like a psychopath, so I decided not to use it, and we just went ahead and did something plain today. So we did the clock with one of my favorite sayings of all time, and from Star Trek Generations, actually. Time is the fire in which we burn. The Discord ping worked awesome. I'm out, but I'll be home soon. Have ping attention at the moment. Well, just as long as you're not texting and driving. I have issues with texting and driving. It drives me nuts. So today, I figured we'd talk about time management. I think we've talked about time management before. But I think it'd be kind of fun to do it again. This is what she does to me every night when I'm trying to make a video. Back and forth. She won't land. She's half asleep. She heard me move the microphone closer to my face. And as soon as that microphone moves, she comes flying from under the bed. It has to be in video. But she'll do that. She won't just land. She'll pace back and forth until I stop petting her. As long as I don't make eye contact. Like right now, Max is watching me on the bed. And I know that as soon as I lose shadow, Max is going to take her place. I have good news. I met a guy and he's interested in dating me. He wants to be friends first, though. Oh, there you go. Be friends. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really? Cool. That's awesome. I'm tired. It was 99 degrees today here in beautiful Denver. And I did walk around my yard, and then I jumped in the pool. What the hell was that? Oh. I have things open. Hold on. Oh, maybe we should close that. Doesn't give me any notifications until I'm live. Fucking Facebook. Friends is good. Yep, Friends is good. It's good, it's good, it's good. And remember, you're not looking for you're not looking for a husband. Just fucking have fun. Yeah, it got up to 97 today. Yeah, because it's 99 here. And that pool felt so good. I swam in it for a bit. But yeah. So, anywho, I figure we give this a few more minutes before we jump right into things. I'm hoping that we get a couple more. Oh, I think I know who this is. I'm trying to put my code into my phone. I can't do that. I can't look at my thumb. Patrick with the burger. It's 104 here. Holy shit. Ooh. The Belushi burger. I get this all the time. It's the best. Oh, let's take a look. Oh. Ooh. That looks pretty good. Are those yellow peppers at the bottom of it? Yeah, that looks tasty. Is that like fried chicken on top of a burger? Looks good though. I haven't had a good burger in a while. I told him I want to marry him, so it's too late for that. Oh, please, God, tell me you're joking. I wanted to get in the pool, but ran out of time. We're just get in the pool now. Fuck, it's still 95 degrees outside. The sun's down. It's hot. You guys have a pool? Jealous. Yeah, well, kind of. This last year's pool, it's seen better days, but it still holds water, so it's not like a massive pool or anything. Just one of those cheap $300 ones. I put the cleaner stuff in it yesterday and swam today. But I couldn't put it away last year because the day that I took it down, I took all the legs off it. We got hit with like a massive snowstorm. And throughout the entire winter, that damn thing held a good ton of ice the whole time. I wasn't able to put it away. So I took it down a day too late. And it sat there all year. We kind of cleaned it out. I tried to level out the ground, and that kind of backfired a bit. Use a level, people. So it works. I still got in it, so you're not joking. Ugh, yeah, whatever. I'm going to dinner in 20 minutes. Ah. Well, each their own, I guess. Probably 95 when you get back. It's mozzarella. What? Mozzarella and smoked sausage. Oh. Let me take a closer look. The mozzarella, I knew the mozzarella. I just didn't know what was on top of the burger. It looks really good though. Yeah, next time I go to Utah, you'll have to take me out. Some of this shit looks really good. Well, we'll see what happens. Well, stop hunting for a husband and just have a good time. Like, take me for example. I've actually had, I've been kind of playing around on the Facebook singles groups, and I'm having more fun just chatting with people. People my own age. It's a big difference from having to talk to teens and early 20s people all the time. Yeah. It's nice having adult chat. Anywho, I was seeing if Neil was going to show up, but maybe not, so perhaps we'll just dive into it. I don't know why I decided I want to talk about time management today. I suck at it. Not suck, but I've got a long way to go before I'm an expert. Like today, I have no idea how I lost 3 hours. Not a clue. I've spent 3 hours making today's video. I did a bunch of shit for Green Geeks. I still have like, I have to read over a proposal for a webinar and fix a blog post, which is why I don't have a drink tonight, because I have a couple of things I need to wrap up for the day before I call it. But yeah, I don't know how I lost that much time. I guess, I did spend a little bit too much time out in the pool. What I did is that I walked around my backyard for about 15 minutes to get myself all nice, hot, and sweaty. And then I jumped in the pool, and oh, it felt so good. And then I spent another 20 minutes in the pool. So, there's 20 minutes right there that I don't normally do, so. But, yeah, I just wanted to... You're leaving? Sam is. Sam's going to dinner in 20 minutes with her family, I think. I don't know. I'm not going anywhere. I never go anywhere. I'm here all the time. Unfortunately. But yeah, I um, figured we'd talk a little bit about time management. So I don't know what's everybody else's like. Everybody know. I can't say everybody. I love Asana. I talk about Asana a lot. I have blocks of time set up on Asana, and if I follow my schedule throughout the day, I can get a lot of shit done. But there's days like today where I get sidetracked, and if anything sidetracks me from my schedule, the whole thing just goes to shit. That's how delicate. My day is a delicate doily. Save me a plate. I bet it will be good. Well, it'll be cold. You're in Texas. So ship it to her. We can overnight it to you. So what we can do is, what if it's tacos? It'd be all kinds of soggy. Nasty. Have taco soup. And taco soup's actually not too bad. I like taco soup. Anyway, so I use Asana a lot. And I have to revamp a few things because I've been working a lot on getting Fury done because I want my next book done before Halloween. And then I need to start working or start polishing up the rest of Kingmaker so we can get it ready to be published in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, if I get cover art. If not, I wonder if I could just put like a default image and insert image here image. Probably wouldn't sell very many copies that way. But I would love to have Fury done for Halloween. I think that'd make a great Halloween read for beta readers. Well, yeah, because it's just as dark as the first one. So, actually, I think Fury's way darker. Might be. I think it's a better book. I love Kingmaker, but I had a feeling Fury was going to be my cup of tea. So, no wait for the cover art. I'm not gonna put a white picture, insert image here. Yeah, I'm waiting for cover art. We're going to Blazing Bird. I keep getting on Arabeth. Hey, Chris is here. Aloha, people. Aloha, Chris. You'll make your own dinner. Make your own tacos or taco soup. Anywho. But I've been doing a lot more with that, and then we talked about it last Monday where I was going to start working on Despair. So I'll be writing Despair on Mondays and Fridays. That way I can get Despair done in the next 6 months, because I'm going to expand the episodes to be 1,700 to 2,000 words, so it's going to take a little bit longer to edit the videos. But they'll be longer videos. Not that they get a lot of attention anyway. But that way Despair is going to be done, if I time it right, it'll be done by January, and I can get the other 2 books after it, which is Hope and Vengeance, done before the end of next year, which should land pretty close to when the end of the series is done, if I can get some cover art. So everything's gonna, if I time it right, everything's gonna be done all at the same time. Maybe. We'll have to see how things go. See, when I said it will be done by Halloween, you said that it was too soon. Well, no. I said the first draft will be done by Halloween. Like, the first draft I want done before Halloween. At the rate I was writing, it'll be done probably by the end of September. Now, we're not going to be able to publish it by Halloween. That's what you wanted. That's probably not going to happen. That's an awful lot. And see, look at that. Went from Shadow to Max. Didn't even realize it. This one's just as bad. This one's not, doesn't run back and forth across my lap all night long, but she will put her face in my hand every chance she gets, because she likes her eyeballs and her teeth scratched. I don't know why. See, she's doing it to this end now. I have to scratch her eyes. Like when I'm brushing her with the wire brush, she'll put her face into it. Like she wants me to, and then she'll rub her teeth across it. You're a fucking weirdo. Anyway. I just got caught up reading the comments and oh my. Oh, for these ones? Well, I didn't have really anything erotic in it. Comments on what? On this video? Folks, this is what happens when you use selective hearing. And no, it isn't just a guy trait. Huh? Huh? Whatever. If you listen really closely, you can actually hear my eyes rolling into the back of my head. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Moving on. Anywho, about time management. But yeah, so I've got 2-hour blocks of time set up for Monday and Friday for Despair, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is going to be set up for Fury, and then I call it tweak time for Kingmaker that I'll be polishing up, tweaking some of the text in Kingmaker before we publish it. That's later in the afternoons, so that doesn't take up very much time at all. But if I maintain everything, I'm pretty excited that all 7 books will be done by the end of next year. And I'll never do that again. I heard them in surround sound. Nice. Sam got me. So it will come out next year. Note to myself. Yes. I want all 7 to be done before the end of next year, which means the first 4, starting with Kingmaker, hopefully will be this month. Fury, if I'm lucky, will be done by March. I would like to have the next one after that by August, and then possibly the last one by December. So that's going to be yeah. That's a lot of writing. Oh yeah, it is, but I can do it. The thing is that it's not something I can't do. On any given day, I can write anywhere between 4,000 and 6,000 words without breaking a sweat. I did 8,000 before I went to Utah. Was it last year or the year before? And I bounce anywhere. As long as I can get things done and manage my time wisely, I can actually get 6,000 plus done per week on Fury, and more than 4,000 done for Despair. And I'm like halfway through Despair already. So that is ambitious. Yes, it is. But it's not anything that I'm incapable of doing. I just got to keep remembering that. Now, are they going to be good books is a whole different story. It's but I would like them to be done. And I'm not going to publish just whatever, if the story isn't complete, then it's going to be postponed. I refuse to just slap up anything on Amazon that is half-assed. I'm going to get my book finished or my account set up for Barnes & Noble. Right now I'm using Draft to Digital, which works all right. And without Draft to Digital, my book wouldn't be on Amazon or on Barnes & Noble, but I prefer to have my own account so I have control over it. So, hey, KDC, how's it going, buddy? But, sorry, just reading some comments here. But yeah, it is, that's part of the time management thing. So as long as I prioritize the books and get all my work done every day like I'm supposed to, I should be able to be done. But like I said, I'm not just going to slap anything up that I want. So, and Barnes & Noble has a thing for indie publishers to get their books inside Barnes & Noble's physical stores. And I want to really push for that. Because I think that'd be the shit. I would take a selfie in front of my book at Barnes & Noble in a heartbeat. And I would promote the fuck out of it like that. It'd be everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Threads. YouTube. To see my book in Barnes & Noble, that would just be the shit. So anyway, yeah, what does everybody do to keep themselves busy throughout the day? I know that some of you have schools and stuff, so any kind of time management tips and tricks you'd like to share? Mine is centers around Asana. I'm a big Asana user. In fact, I'm gonna start putting everything in Asana because I noticed if I go down the list, I get way more done. So I'm gonna start putting in like even my workouts. And I definitely want to start setting aside time for marketing the books, marketing the website, marketing the YouTube channel, the podcast. So I just need to, yeah, I'm the guy that has to write everything down, otherwise I'm gonna forget. It sucks. I'm getting old. I draw a burn down list. What's the burn down list? I cannot wait to see your books in a bookstore, Michael. That'll be awesome. Yeah, thank you. Me too. I mean, I'm telling you, I'll cry for a year. I'll cry like a 9-year-old girl. No, but once Kingmaker's done, that's my biggest thing with Kingmaker. Kingmaker, I'm gonna push to get into Barnes & Noble. So that's one of the big reasons why I'm spending so much time making sure it is the best story I could possibly create. And for those of you who have access to the beta reading link, I've extended it. I'm going to keep extending it until it's actually published. So if you haven't finished reading it, you got plenty of time because I still don't have cover art. I know all the time management tips, only the best tips. I know them all, but you know, yeah, me too. I know what needs to be done. I just don't do it. I suck at time management, so I need to get better at it. Yeah, you do. We both do. As my mama used to say, if my head weren't attached to my neck, I'd forget it somewhere. Mine would roll around. No. I think I'd remember my head. It's the rest of my body I'd lose. To go back to school, no, that's not my advice. I added a few more things on my plate, so I have to sit down and prioritize and schedule. Well, I feel you. Most time management tips are useless when what you really need is mood management tips. There you go. Because it doesn't matter what kind of time management tips you have. If you're not in the mood to do it, you're not going to do it. So that's a good point. It all starts up here. You gotta want it. It's like I told somebody recently that they wanted to do something. I can't remember what it was. And I looked at him and says, "Yeah, but you don't want it bad enough because he doesn't take the steps to do it." And I fell into that category as well. I've told that to myself. I want to do this and that, just not bad enough to actually do it. So then I started pushing myself harder to write the book. So, burn down list is a prioritized list tasks sorted by category. Huh, that's different. We are trying. Yes, we are. I just start at the top and work until I'm out of juice. Well, there you go. The hardest part for me is starting. Once I'm going, it's hard for me to stop, so I always start with something quick and easy, and that's enough usually. Awesome. I don't necessarily have an issue starting. Like I guess I do. If I get in the right mindset when I sit down and I look at my list of stuff I need to do for the day in Asana, if I push myself to start that first thing on my list, I will do the entire list the entire day, and I will have one hell of a productive day. It's that initial kickstart that sometimes I have an issue with. Like today I have no idea how I lost so much time. I kind of nickel and dime myself a bit. I did a couple more walks than I normally do. I swam the pool for 20 minutes longer than I normally do. But for the most part, I got the video done today. I got most of my stuff I needed to do today. I completely forgot to write Tip Tuesday for Buy Me a Coffee for tomorrow, so I got to do that tonight. So, yay. Which is why I don't have a drink in my hand. I need to be sober for another hour. Yeah. Even Shadow's like, man. Yeah, what's up? Um, but yeah, I just gotta get that. You gotta get that ball rolling for me. Anywho, um, yeah. So that was. I can't think of anything else to add to anything. Yeah, there was this kind of a last minute thing. I got done with the video today, uploaded it. I got done at 5. I scheduled it for 5:30. By the time I ate dinner, it was almost 6. I had like very little time to plan for tonight, so my bad. But, I thought it would be worthwhile. I do everything in plain text files. I use Obsidian at the moment for managing them, but I've written my own software that I used before Obsidian. Nice thing about plain text is you can just grab it. Wait a second, so did you already cover the topic and share a bunch of tips? It's fine if I missed it. That's what replays are for. No. Come on now, when do I ever stay on topic? I just brought up how I use Asana. Asana has been my my go-to for since 2017. It's helped me all kinds of ways. Like when I broke my record for 90 blog posts in 30 days, it was all from Asana. Getting a freelancer's tale completely finished, that was Asana. Scheduling time for Kingmaker last year when I had it done before Halloween. I got it done 2.5 weeks early. That was all because of Asana. If I have to have that visual representation of what I'm doing throughout the day. So like when I go through and I check everything off and it goes gray, then I'm like, yeah, let's keep going. So my problem is that if I'm not careful, I can get sidetracked fairly easy. And at that point, I wind up burning away an hour and a half more than I really wanted to. If this doesn't work out, I'm just going back to liking anime characters. Well, there's that. There'll always be anime characters. But yeah. I'm trying to think if there anything special I've been doing lately. I think the only thing I've been doing, this year has been far more productive than last year. Last year, it wasn't bad, but this year is far better. Every year, since I've been keeping track, has been better and better. I think last year I broke my words per year by... It wasn't by very much. It's just barely squeaked by, but I still broke it, and that's all that matters. And for the rest of the year, I'm going to shoot for writing 1 million words, which I haven't done since my peak years at Textbroker. So, mostly because large portion of what I do today doesn't require writing, and so I remember back in the day when I used to do nothing but write. Those were simpler times. It's all about the tools that work for you. Exactly. Everyone, it's all about knowing what your cup of tea is. And for me, my cup of tea is definitely Asana. I know some people that don't like Asana. I know Megan. Megan loves Trello, if I remember right. Megan Grant. She's another writer here on YouTube. I think Trello is the one that she really likes. One of my clients loves Jira. I can't stand Jira. Oh my god, it's such a pain in the ass compared to Asana. I can go on a rant for an hour about Jira. I don't know why people like that. Anyway. Everyone I know ends up with something a bit different. I find myself fiddling with Asana more than doing anything productive. Well, I like how I'm able to move stuff around in the calendar view of Asana. It's just drag and drop. Jira does that too, but one of the issues I have with Jira is that when you start typing into the description of the task, it doesn't save it unless you click save. Asana saves in real time, so you don't have to worry about shit. When you're typing in Asana, it's saving as you're going. Jira, oh no, you have to go down and hit the save button, otherwise nobody sees what you wrote on the description. And that's just one issue. Trello is Kanban board implementation. Jira is really aimed at enterprise. Yeah, that's true. There's different levels of things. I just wish they wouldn't have taken this off of Asana. Everything I had set up, I had templates in Asana. I could keep track of updates, revamps, statistical analysis from Google Analytics and Search Console. I mean, I had, and Ahrefs, I had everything I could ever need set up as a template in Asana. All I had to do is click it, assign it, change some things around. There we go. But no, we have to use Jira. I hate Jira. If I have to use a mouse to use it, I probably don't like it. Don't like using it very much. So I love my mouse. And that's, you know, that's, you're the one that also does the use Git for your writing, which I've never heard of before. I think that is a very ingenious use of Git. I stopped using Git because I got, this was like way back in the day. I picked up a pretty nasty virus from Git, and so I've never used it since. But yeah, I've never heard of anybody using Git for writing before. That's kind of that's really intriguing. My company used Trello for a minute. Yeah, Trello's not bad. I have a list of all the ones that I've tried on WriterSanctuary.com. Which one? Let's see. Asana was my favorite by far, but Trello, Jira. I think there was like 13 of them. All right, let's look. I'm already here. Oh, hey, look. I'm also working on Scrivener versus Readsy and a blog post. And I'm thinking about doing Scrivener versus Readsy versus Atticus. Because there's some aspects of Atticus I kind of like. I still don't know if it's worth $147, but it does have an awesome formatting tool, so I mean, let me see what time management. Time is the file in which we burn. Time tracking apps. Never finished that. 11 best time tracking apps for freelance writers in 2021. It's a draft. I never finished it. I started in March 17th of 2021. I might fix that. I only used the one time tracking app, and it was an integration for Asana, and it kind of worked. It just didn't really work as well as I'd hoped. I was trying to find a way to get past my spreadsheet that I've been using since 2012. I've made a lot of different iterations of my spreadsheet, but so far I can't find anything that comes close. I love my spreadsheet. What can I say? 11. There we go. 11 apps. We have. I might make a video for this one. These are free project management apps. So I did Asana, Trello, Wrike, Teamwork. Teamwork wasn't bad. Bitrix 24, Citrix Podio, InTask, Pivotal Tracker, Freedcamp. Freedcamp had a couple of neat features to it. Todoist. I know a lot of people that like Todoist. And I gotta, okay, that's, and lastly, wow. Hold on, I gotta fix a blog post. This is why you update your content. Update. God, maybe look at literate as all hell. See, that's one of the hard things, you know. Like I've been given shit before by people that come across the blog, and point out like spelling or grammatical errors, and I do use the Grammarly Chrome extension, but Grammarly doesn't catch everything 100%. There's no such thing as a 100% grammatical tool. And there's times where some things slip through the cracks, and then when people come in and start giving you shit for it, you gotta think there's a reason why professional authors don't edit their own work. When you only have a team of one, there's going to be problems. You can't sit there and nitpick when there's only one person running 5 fucking blogs. People are douchebags. Anyway, and then lastly, HubSpot. HubSpot has a lot of really cool stuff to it, but it's like overkill for what I use. And I don't know, there was something else that I wasn't too sure about HubSpot on, but I did like HubSpot. The CRM and its full suite. But yeah, I like Todoist because I like to gamify everything, and I did update that, right? Yes, sir. But yeah, you linked it. Spreadsheets can be very good, and they already can make you very productive sometimes. I made my spreadsheet will actually give me shit. It talks crap. So I have these sayings that if I don't have a certain amount of time in my day, it'll tell me some stuff. I have motivational speeches. What the hell was that? Stuff like that. Article about Asana. Yep. I've got like 3 or 4 about Asana. Have to wait to see if you are going to buy Scrivener or not. Let today's video tell me. Okay, yep. Watch today's video. Chris says promoting your blog post. Chris is social media manager in your near future. I don't think much of anything is in my near future. Maybe Burger King. Well, you'll get there. You just gotta take your baby steps, man. Work on your shit. Get yourself rolling again. It's all good. You're doing good. Well, yeah, I need to I wish I could pay Neil and Chris. You guys promote me more than I do. The writer usually knows what they mean, so they can misread the actual words as they meant to say instead of what it actually says. Yep, and there's also times where your brain will already process the information as being correct, even though it's not. And that's why when you come back to an article, even 3 or 4 days later, you'll find all kinds of shit that you missed. As long as it's not fresh in your mind, you have the chance to reevaluate. That's why I'm a big fan of going back and updating old blog posts, because you come across all kinds of stuff, like the one I just found in that one article. So, why not add both to your list? But Burger King and Social Media Manager? Article 11 free, yep. 11 free project management apps. That's the one I was just reading from. And it's got a couple of views, like 2,300. My reviews do way more, though. Like, my #1 articles are all reviews except for the how to add dark mode to Wattpad, which I thought was going to be a one-off. I was curious because I wanted to see if I can get dark mode on my Wattpad, and I found out that Wattpad's mobile app does have the ability, but the desktop version doesn't. So I had to use an extension. And I found dark mode, and that extension is actually kind of cool because you can control all kinds of things with the extension. And so I wrote that article for shits and giggles. I didn't think anything of it. Wound up being like the #1 article on my site. It's like #1 in Google. It's brought a whole ton of traffic to the blog. Yeah, you never know when something's going to land right. Especially when, like, you're thinking it's going to be a one-off, that I just wrote it because I was curious and I figured I'm just going to write the steps as I go. Mostly so I remember. And turned out to be an awesome article, I guess. If people can write at Starbucks, then you can do social media manager at work at Burger King. Yes, exactly. I concur. Be social media manager at Burger King. I use Dark Reader on Firefox. Great extension. Awesome. I haven't used... I use Firefox rarely. I use it to test things on the blog. I've had to use it recently to test... what was it? Something crashed hard. It was... I can't remember if it was a plugin. The fuck was it? No. Oh, no. It was a... There's a security issue. I was getting flagged. I can't remember why. Man, I use Firefox for testing. I don't... let's see. Yep, letting content rest and then rereading it is golden. My post today was written like 2 months ago. I totally forgot about it. When I reread it this morning, I found all kinds of things to X. Yep. Or you'll post stuff without putting your putting your images on it. There'll just be the placeholder text. Need to put header image. I'll be too busy flipping burgers though. No. Hey, there's nothing wrong with flipping burgers. I've done it. I used to work at Hardee's. I loved working at Hardee's. I used to bring home all kinds of junk. Do you ever get tired of looking at a computer screen? If so, how many hours does it take? Oh, that's a good one. Oops, I'm using my other account again. Yep, it's the dude. So that's why I'm going to start calling this account for your stuff. Dude. Okay, do I ever get tired of looking at a computer screen? Absolutely. I stare at a computer screen. I work and play at my desk, so I'm in front of my computer 16 hours a day. And by 5:30, most of the time, I am so burned out. All I want to do is just crawl on the couch and just cry. Usually, it depends on the screen that I'm staring at and the lights around me. If I have decent lighting, like in my old office, then I was able to do fairly well without it. But here in my bedroom, which is stupid dark, luckily I have this big ass window that brings in all kinds of sunlight. So, but that's why I started using dark mode on everything. So I have dark mode on. Well, let's see, dark mode on YouTube. I've got dark mode on Scrivener. The dark mode extension works with Atticus. Sometimes I switch to dark mode in WordPress. Depends on the day. Some days it takes about an hour or two. Other days I can go all day. So really depends on how I'm feeling, I guess. Let's see. Ow. Hey, medical practice management software in a McDonald's lobby. I did probably like not to your extent, but when I was learning Visual Basic, I was doing the DSM for a not social media, as a psych. I'm trying to remember how the exact term for it. It was essentially a psychological exam software, but it was a database to keep track of patients and all the different entries from the DSM. But I did all that, and I did a big chunk of that, both on-site and at home, actually. I never did go out. I have never actually worked at a restaurant. I've never taken my laptop outside of my room. I don't know why. I've worked in hotels, but I've never gone to like a coffee shop. Always wanted to try that. But I know I wouldn't get there and just be too enthralled in the coffee. I should, just so I can get out of the damn house, though. Now I got the van running. Oh, people, I'm mobile. My van works. And I've been finding reasons to go shopping every day. Largely avoiding a roommate at the time. Well, there you go. If you live with people you don't like, it'd be a lot easier, I guess. I like the hectic sounds around me when I'm working. It depends on what I'm working on. If I'm working on my book, I have to have it absolutely silent, except for when I'm writing certain characters in my book, I play certain soundtracks. Um, and so, like, if, for instance, I have a character in Kingmaker that I played one song, and I'll load up on YouTube and I'll just play it on repeat while I'm writing his parts, because it just fits him perfect. But aside from that, I've got to have it quiet. Uh, but like when I'm working on client work or a blog post, I'll throw my MP3 playlist on. So I could probably work in chaos of McDonald's or Einstein's maybe. Also, the early morning old timers were awesome conversationalists. I've met some awesome people when I worked at the mall. You get the old people that did laps in the mall. Ooh, military time, or as I call it, French time. French. Ooh la la, aren't you fancy? Topic, I think. I think the best time management hack that actually boosted my word count in recent years was doing writing sprints along with YouTubers, live or even pre-recorded. That's one thing that's like, there's one YouTuber I follow. We kind of follow each other. We came across each other on Twitter. I can't remember how to pronounce her name, but she does writing sprints like every Saturday. And technically, I guess you can call mine writing sprints because I block off a 2-hour chunk of time and I'll sit there and write that entire time. So, like when I'm going through my Miss Masana, as soon as I hit my, like for instance, if I hit Fury at 10:30, that's all I'm doing until lunch. So I'm hyper focused on the story and it's coming along nicely. No spoilers. I'm not talking about it. Y'all have to wait until Halloween. Yeah. So I don't know if I don't know. It makes me feel weird if I try to do sprints with live YouTubers. I don't know why. Like, I'm probably because I do have that block of time, and I would rather just blast it out. Most of my writing over the past 12 years has all been done in coffee shops and fast food places. I'm at Panera right now too. Hey, Panera's awesome. I love Panera. I used to eat at Panera every day. Just don't flirt the lady who gives you coffee like me. Yeah, because the dude is a horn dog. I've never tried that before. I like McDonald's because free Diet Coke. That is how I learned about military time, was through my French class in 5th grade. Well, there you go. I was raised with military, and so it's all good. I try to hit all the spots that sell smoothies. Of course you do. Sprints has been a game changer, man. Even if they're writing fiction, like now during Camp NaNoWriMo. Yep, that's going on right now. It still helps. You just get the zone and go. That's how, yeah, see, that's how I feel when I hit that 2-hour block time. When I have that block, I just, vroom. Oh, as soon as 10:30 rolls around, that's my block of time, I load up. Right now I have Fury in Readsy, and as soon as I hit that right button for it to load up the Readsy app, I'm like, zone, right there. Oh, and this next book's awesome. When I hit a writing task in my list, I'm pretty much at a sprint until my timer goes off or I run out of juice. I was raised with military time too. Awesome. Yeah, I will stop. Like, I have a 2-hour block of time, and as soon as my lunch goes off at 12:30, even if I know where the story's going to go, I stop myself on purpose so that when I come back to it the next time around, I'm already fresh and I'm ready to write. There's no blockage. That's what works best for me, though. And I also have a habit of writing the ending of the book. Like Kingmaker, I had its ending written before I even finished chapter 1. I just had to get from point A to point B. But If you read Kingmaker, you'll see why I did it that way, though. Yeah, half you've read it. But, oh, speaking of which, Chris, I haven't checked my email, though. If you want to send me some info on what you thought of the book. Who was the writer that said they stopped each writing session with a half finished sentence? Oh, I know this. Oh my god, we just talked about him like a couple months ago on Twitter. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. But I follow the same, not necessarily the same advice. I don't like I finished the sentence at least, but I won't. Like right now, the conversation I have a conversation between two characters right now going on, and in Fury, and I stopped it right at my time was up, but I know exactly what's going to be next, so I can just jump right back in when I get going again. Using ultradium rhythms, yes, to keep productive. I am a big fan of ultradium rhythms. For the longest time, it was 90 minutes at a time, and then a 15-minute break, I think it was. When I wrote that. Nowadays, though, the 2-hour block of time, and then a half-hour rest. 2-hour block of time, half hour, 2-hour block of time, half hour. I go back and forth. That has been working brilliantly for me. I can crank out 2 hours with no problem, and then I take that 30-minute break away from the computer. I actually step away. I don't look at YouTube or nothing. I step away and I go outside. Today kind of screwed up because I did go for a walk and then I went for a swim, which kind of threw everything off. But on a normal day, that 30-minute break away from my computer and I come back to it, it's been working perfectly. Let's see. I sometimes stop in mid-sentence when I... Nice. I'm good at remembering what people say, but not who said it. Yeah. I can see that. Chris is busy promoting your blog posts that are aids for today's topic. Yeah, see? I wish I had enough money to pay you guys. I so would. Fuck, I don't even make any money on the channel as it is. When I'm writing a sales email, my brain doesn't want to work. That's different though. That's like a sales email. I swear that's got to be like monotonous as hell. I don't know if I could do that. I started as a copywriter, but I don't know. I think that would be just mind-numbing at that point. So, you're a better man than I am. Dude, I finished Kingmaker so long ago, now I gotta reread it. But I don't really have much more feedback. I think you pretty much covered it. If anything, maybe the timeline at the end. I'll write something up tonight. See, I planned it. Okay, that timeline, the travel, I spent 3 days hashing that all out. And it is possible. I even went through and researched how fast horses travel, the distance. So yeah, I took I'm shit you not. You can ask Sam. I took 3 days to research that. I learned a lot about horses in the meantime. So, have you been using LLMs for anything? No, I haven't. Setting writing deadlines. Yes, I like setting deadlines. Well, I set the deadline, self-imposed deadline for Fury for Halloween. That's what I did with Kingmaker, and I got it done like 2.5 weeks early. I learned that I write my best in the mornings. That's when I'm most creative. I am definitely more productive in the morning, but my creativity will shift around. Like some days I'll be far more creative at night, and I can just let things fly. But definitely I can see definitely in the mornings. I think that's why actually the reason why I set Kingmaker to be the first thing I do after Green Geeks is so that I was absolutely sure it was going to get done. with how busy I am throughout the day, things get set on the back burner if something else takes a little bit longer than it should. And I got tired of having to postpone my book, so I said, nope, it's going to be the first thing I do after Green Geeks. And so that's my flow, which is why I haven't got a lot of blog posts out recently, because I've been prioritizing the book and the videos and what else? I think that's it. And lately the videos have been taking a little bit longer than normal. And when I start writing my book, I love just, if I could just write books all day, that'd be books and blogs. That's all I want to do. I learned that I write my best in the morning. I read that. I get most creative at like 2 a.m. I have to be super tired before that kicks in. See, and I tried, when I first started writing, I would write when I got back from the school district. I used to work from 8 to, I'd get home at 5:30. And by then, I've already traveled halfway across Colorado going to, like, at that point, I was managing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 schools that I had to keep going back and forth across. And so by 5:30, I was burned out. I was tired, but I wanted to try Text Broker, and so I kept writing for Text Broker, and that's how I started. But I found that the more tired I am, the more mistakes I made. So once I was able to quit my job at the school district and write full time at Text Broker, all my revisions dropped dramatically, because I was far more focused in the mornings. I tried writing at night. I can be creative at night, but I will definitely have to go back and fix shit. I get most creative when all my bills are paid and my belly is full of tasty stuff. So basically, I haven't been creative in a long time. Yeah, well, I can see that. Everybody has their stride. Shadow. Anywho, so I think we didn't do too bad staying being off topic tonight. I mean, we talked about a little bit about time management. Some people have some good ideas. I think we probably could have done a little bit better job. Welcome to WriterSanctuary on Mondays. Hey, at least we stayed on topic for longer than 5 minutes. That's a win. So, I'm most creative when I'm tired, but not the best writer when I'm tired, right? I hear you. It can be a mind-numbing at times, especially when you have been writing about the same product for an entire year. You must find a new writing vehicle. I can definitely see that. I don't know if I could do it. Writing the same email over and over and over. No. See, at least with Green Geeks, we have, I do tutorials and blog posts on different topics. It's all web hosting related and WordPress related. But with WordPress, we have over 1,000 tutorials on Green Geeks specifically for WordPress. And so it's a different, even though some of the processes to install the plugin are identical, it's the different functions that you can add to WordPress that mix it up a bit. So, but writing about the same thing over and over, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. I probably could. When I wrote for Text Broker, I wrote not necessarily the same article, but the same topic for Machu Picchu 3 fucking times, and every time it was a different story or a different article. And I loved writing about Machu Picchu. That's one of my favorite things to write about. Vintage blog post. The day Michael quit his job to be a writer. What are you just going to post all the links to my blog? Yep, that would be February. Oh, yep. February 2013. Quit my job at the school district and started writing full time. Wrote that one in real time the day it happened over a decade ago. It's one of my favorites. Yep. I have a lot of journal entries like that. And I didn't delete them because Chris liked them so much. Even though I'm probably getting penalized from Google for having extremely outdated content. Actually, probably not, because it's not even... I checked Search Console, and those old entries aren't even indexed, so I don't care. I want to leave them. But it's really cool to go back and see like my first blog post on WriterSanctuary, and you can see just how much I've come since then, how much I've advanced. So I wrote probably 10,000 or so pieces of sales copy about how using a cleaning house in between a medical practice and the payer was worth it for the provider. It was mind numbing. Yeah, I bet. I used to, see, I didn't, no, that's not entirely true. I guess with Textbooker, I had like a lot of my things I liked to write about. Like I liked writing about roofing. I was on the roofing team, and I learned a lot about roofs, and I did a lot of those articles because I can crank them out in 20 minutes and make $7. So at the end of the day, I was making more than $20 an hour because I was ripping through those things. Then there was the biometric scanner people. Those were fun. I liked writing about those. I'm trying to think of anything. There was like a team that had a bunch of shit from Las Vegas, like Parsons Rocks. I did a lot of those articles. And the venue one. The venue ones were kind of cool. Because I used to do expos. I used to run, when I ran the computer center, we used to do expos. And so it was kind of interesting to see all the different things for the venues had for expos. So I like doing those too. So some things weren't too bad, but I don't know if I could do it every day, all day, for the rest of my life. I hated writing house improvement blogs. I love house improvement blogs. I love home improvement. Oh yeah, love me some tools. I don't miss those freelance days at all. I do. I miss the freelance days. I make way more money now, but I miss just being a writer. That's all I did. Now I am a writing team manager, researcher, planner, YouTuber that doesn't get paid. It's I've got a lot more on my plate nowadays. But I remember back in the day when life was so much simpler. I could be done by 10:30 and call it a day. Can't do that anymore. At least not if I want to get things taken off. So I hated writing. Let's see. Man, I remember when $20 an hour was a lot of money for me. Now I live in Seattle, and it's barely above minimum wage here. Yeah, oh yeah, I bet. Well, keep in mind, when that post that Chris put up, I think at that time I was making $8.40 an hour. This was back in 2013. And that wasn't enough to support a family of 4, which is why I started writing in the first place. And essentially my text broker income was just supplementing what I lost or wasn't getting. And because I had the text broker income as well as the school income, we didn't qualify for food stamps. And so I had to bust ass to make up the money for it. I mean, it was stupid. $8 an hour cannot support a family of 4. And even back then. And so once I started making all that money, they took away the food stamps, which made things even worse. I'm like, fuck, I might as well just quit everything just so we can go on welfare. But we didn't, because I make shit happen because I'm magic like that. But yeah, it gets rough. The unpaid YouTuber is the best job. I would love it if I made money on the YouTube channel, but I've said this before. I love hanging out with you guys more than anything. I mean, even if I never made money from YouTube, I would still do it. Just because it's fun. I enjoy it. And I've been helping all kinds of people this past week. Had somebody need some help with draft to digital. Somebody brought up something for... They thanked me for helping with something. I think it was probably a text broker thing. Fuck, now I can't remember. But yeah, as long as I'm helping people, I'm happy. If I just check TV and there's a team I'm on that has 179 articles available, and they're all home improvement related, oh my god, get on it, dude. I would. I love my teams. I agree. I am in Texas. How I know the cost of living is high in Seattle than where I am in Texas. It's getting high here in Denver too. Like my house is now almost a $500,000 house. We didn't buy it for $500,000, but that's how it's doubled since I've got it and since I moved in. So, problem is if we sold it for that much, we'd have to use all that money just to find another place to live. Now, if we were to move somewhere cheaper, which is fine, but Grandpa works here in Denver, and so we can't move away. Otherwise, I'd just say, fuck it, move to Alabama. Find a $10,000 house. But yeah, it's I can't believe how much the property's gone up in my area alone in 2 years. Never appreciated when my olds talked about that when I was young. Yeah, I'm telling you. Back in my day, I could do that. I'm Generation X. We were built different. We didn't have safe spaces. We didn't have bumpers on our playground equipment. We had shit that would make you throw up or break an arm. And it wasn't a slide unless you got a 3rd-degree burn on your ass going down. Let's see, I can't go back to a level 4 writer on TV without getting articles. Most of the teams want a level 4 writer, which I understand. Yeah. That was one of the biggest drawbacks for me, was when trying to get from 3 to 4, because there was just never enough stuff for 3 to get rated. And so you had to be like on the ball with it. Which is why I started doing Text Broker, Writer Access, and Fiverr at the same time. And I just bounced back and forth, and whatever company had work, that's what I did. Wrote a bunch of car articles for Writer Access. 15 bucks an hour was okay 6 years ago in Texas. Not now. Yeah, not anywhere. I was left the chat to crank out shitty articles for $8 a piece. Hey, as long as you can crank them out in 20 minutes, there you go. That's a lot of money. That's 8 in 20 minutes. 8, 16, 24. I sold cars for a while. There isn't enough money to make me do that again. That would be a shitty job. Let's see. When I first started, I got paid $20 per article. It's like right now I'm on a retaining contract, so I'm paid the same no matter what, which is good and bad. I'm paid whether I do anything that day. So if there's like nothing for me to do, I still get paid. Problem is, there's been days where I'd put in more than 15 hours for the same fucking pay. So it balances out. But it's nice to have that guaranteed income. And lately it's been getting worse. I'm 2 writers short. See, I was born in '83. Things have changed a lot over the years. I spent almost half my life outside the U.S. at this point, which really makes the changes hit. I'm 76 here. But yeah, lots of things have changed. I spent almost half my life outside the U.S. Well, that's still kind of cool. Like, I don't know if you were traveling on purpose. Are you an expat? I was just so happy to get paid for writing. I didn't care how much it was. That's where a lot of freelancers got screwed. Never just accept a job for the sake of getting a job. You're going to undercut yourself, and they're going to take advantage of it because the business is supposed to save money. I know my worth, and I will let people know my worth. If you want me to do this, it's going to cost you. Mostly because I have so many things on my plate right now that if you want me to do something special, and it's going to take time away from my other shit, you're paying. So, you got to know Jesus. You got to know your worth. I was just so happy to get paid. Let's see. Selling cars was bringing home $16,000 a month. Not bad. But I was surrounded by coke heads all day and a crazy amount of aggression. Yeah, that would ruin it for you. Yeah. What do you need? Are you telling me that it's past 8 o'clock? Should we do our card? Anywho, I think we did all right on our topic, I guess. Kind of a lame topic, I guess. I'll come up with something better for next Monday, I promise. Like I said, I had like 5 minutes to come up with something. Water. Okay, so last week's card, if I can find it. Last week's card. See, oh yeah, it was on Upwork. Upwork is known for cheating freelancers out of their money. I refuse to work for Upwork. Upwork, 2 years ago, I was trying to do a video and a blog post about Upwork on whether it's worth using, and so I applied, and they turned me down. And all I can think is, motherfucker, you have no idea who I am. I have submitted more than 5,500 articles to TextBroker alone. That's not including the shit to Writer Access, Fiverr, the work I do for Game Geeks, the insurance companies I used to work for. I've done a lot of content, and I've been paid fairly well. I didn't need Upwork. I just wanted to write a blog post, and they turned me down. And so I'm like, you know what? Nah, yeah, now they're on my shit list. I will never promote Upwork, and I will never hire anybody from Upwork. Just out of spite. Fuck them. Huh. Yeah. Anyway, I get all aggressive now. Going on an Upwork rant. Last week's card was Today I Am Calm. Not today. Today my mind is open and I am at peace with who I am. Normally I'm calm. I will go on a rant on certain topics, Upwork being one. Not nearly as bad as Apple or Comcast, but that was last week's card. I had a huge number of ratings on Elance. See, I liked Elance, and then they changed to... No, it was before Elance. It was, what were they before Elance? Because that's where I was. And then Elance bought it out. Freelancer? It wasn't freelancer.com, was it? Might have been. It was whatever Elance was before. Odesk. There we go. It merged with Odesk. My account became inaccessible and lost all. That's a bummer. That's crappy. Upwork doesn't want quality. They want cheap labor. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I look for quality. In fact, I'll say it again, especially when it comes to AI, that if I catch any of my writers using AI to write any kind of content, I will fire you on the spot. If I'm paying you good money to write content, I want your personality. I don't want a bot. I am extremely anti-AI. Any platform like that is on the buyer's side by default. Yeah, pretty much. It's like with Hire Writers was another one that I used to use. And I stopped using them because they promoted the company as being the cheapest place to find writing, to find authors. And when you look at their homepage like that, from a writer's perspective, that means you're getting paid shit compared to what they're getting. If they're saying that they can get you the cheapest work around, that means you're going to be the cheapest work around. So before you sign up with any platform, make sure you take a look at the company's website. RDT2 had left the chat in tears. Well, yeah. Good. I am extremely anti. Like, I will use AI for crunching data, but I will not using. I will not use it for generating content or art. Anything creative like that. It pisses me off when people do it, and I can't get behind it. I won't, especially since I'm paying for your personality. Hell has left the chat. Oh, what's funny is that on Snapchat they added the AI person on your Snapchat, and so I renamed mine Hal, and then I gave her the avatar of one of the characters from my book. Gave her red hair, and unfortunately the eyes don't match, but I have yet to speak to her. I refuse to speak to an AI to make myself feel better. That's a story for a different channel. Anyway, today I am glowing. I like using AI and LLMs for things like editing my content and such. See, I won't use them for editing either. Well, I use Grammarly for editing, but the thing with Grammarly is that it's going through and correcting the words my word choices of shit that I wrote. A bot didn't write any of that. I did. Grammarly just saying, "Hey, dumbass, there's supposed to be an apostrophe re at the end of your." So that I'll use. I'll use AI for crunching data for the channel, like with vidIQ's AI Coach. I think that is an amazing tool. Essentially, you ask it what would be a good idea for your audience for your next video on Scrivener. And then AI Coach will scan your data of your channel to see what would work best for your audience. It doesn't... There are tools that will create titles and descriptions for you. I will never use those because that takes away some of the fun for me. So yeah, I'm extremely anti-AI generated content. If I wanted to read something from a bot, I would do a Google search. Anyway, everybody has embedded LLM. Again, IRC. Yeah, I really don't use a lot of the tools that are on Grammarly. I just have it scan through what I read or what I write. I've never tried the rewrite the sentence tool that just came out in Grammarly's Chrome extension. I refuse because I wrote the sentence. I'm not going to have you change it for me. I also like using it to summarize what I've written. I've been surprised because it is very good at finding misunderstandings that might be present in my own ambiguity. No. Enjoy. I'll never do it. But I'm extremely anal when it comes to AI. That didn't sound right. I'm not going to use AI. Let's just leave it there. Yeah, those Japanese sex robots. Anyway, today I am glowing. Today I have huge amounts of energy and focus to take on any challenge. Oh, god damn. So yesterday, so unlike most TikTokers, I am actually diagnosed as being bipolar. Yesterday morning, I had one of my peaks, and I was bouncing off the freaking walls. I probably was glowing at that point. But that was like peak energy. And so I don't know. Some days I have energy, some days I don't. But I will take on any challenge. I'll like my mantra: never give up, never surrender. I don't surrender. I don't like to lose. So yeah. I try to have huge amounts of energy, but I'm 47 years old. There's only so much energy I'm going to be able to muster. I don't like Grammarly suggestions on what words to replace. It seems very out of place. Grammarly... Well, like I said before, there's no such thing as a 100% accurate grammar checking app, ever. In fact, human editors, aren't infallible either. So sometimes you will come across things that Grammarly say you should change, even though it's obviously you're not going to. But more often than not, I still find it to be a great tool for streamlining the shit that I'm writing. Not to mention, I love how Grammarly will correct a word that as you're typing and you misspell it, like an accidental, like if you try to put in free and you put a D at the end of it, so freed, it'll understand how you're typing it, and then it'll correct it, so you don't have to hit the backspace to do it. That I kind of like. I'd like the ability for it to correct your spelling as you're going, as long as Grammarly understands the word you misspelled, because there's been times where I would jack up a word so bad that even Grammarly had no idea what the hell I was writing. And I do like the Chrome extension. When you double click certain words in your text, Grammarly will give you a list of synonyms. You'll get more synonyms if you use Google directly. Like I put in synonym whatever word in Google all the time when I'm writing my books. And so I'll go off those, but Grammarly will actually do it too. So it just doesn't have nearly as big of a list as Google does. So, anyway, Arnold has left the chat, but he'll be back. I just forgot that one. Anywho, so that's our card for this week. It is 8:20. I'm getting messages because I told somebody else it's going to be done by 8. So today I am glowing. This is our daily affirmation. Grammarly suggestions can be pretty bad. Yeah, some of them have been. You gotta use your best judgment. Is all I can say. I still love Grammarly. It's a great tool, but you do have to keep your wits about you. Of course, that's going to be the same no matter what if you use Grammarly or not. So, Jesus, can you make up your mind? That was a no. So today I am glowing. Today I have huge amounts of energy and focus to take on any challenge. I will have this on the channel's post. Forgot what the hell it was called. I will have it on the channel tomorrow. If you're catching this after the fact, don't forget that A Freelancer's Tale is available on Amazon in paperback and ebook formats. A story about how I got started as a freelance writer all the way up into what I do today prior to publishing the book. And the list is in the description down below. And I can't wait to replace that with my next book, Kingmaker. Well, the cat did that on purpose. Sometimes she does everything on purpose. Oh God! This is Shadow. This is the Shadow Show. Every video has shadow in it. Has to have shadow in it. Is that Shadow? Yeah, this is Shadow. Shadow has to be in every video, every live stream, every podcast. Anytime, I'm telling you, if she sees me move the microphone closer to my face, she's in my lap. Community tab. There you go. Thank you very much, Neil. You have been late with the post lately. I know. Someone hasn't been reminding me. Anywho, I guess we're going to wrap it up. Sorry that today's topic was kind of a lame one. I will come up with something awesomer next week. Maybe I don't know, take some time and figure out what we're going to be doing. Don't forget that this Friday I will be doing a live webinar. I still have no idea what to call them. A live WordPress work on the blog. And I'm not sure what we're going to tackle this Friday, but that'll be Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So, you work for Shadow, you forgot. Yeah. I'm her bitch. Huh. Yes. You're such a pain. Such a pain. Well, we all know whose cat cheese is. Or whose human I am. I thought I was retired from the reminders. Where you were there for a while, I was doing good. But I will put it on the keyboard so I remember. Bam. Okay, everybody have a great week. Have a good week, everybody. Don't forget that Sam and I will be on Crossing Colorado's podcast tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on Crossing Colorado's YouTube channel. I'm not sure what our topic will be, but I'm sure it'll be fun because I'm going to be drinking. Let's have a great week, and I promise next Monday won't suck so bad. So, Tuesday, 7 p.m. live stream on Crossing Colorado. Yes. Oh, probably going to be talking about the 24-week challenge before the end of the year that Chris brought up that Sam has been talking about doing. So, 7 p.m. Friday live stream. No, not 7 p.m. It's 5 p.m. And it's every other Friday. So this Friday will be 5 p.m. on something about WordPress. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Have a good week, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Probably tomorrow, since most of you watch Crossing Colorado. Have a good week. Thank you for watching. Even though it's a train wreck. Oh. Yeah.